Hello, I'm Annette Young and welcome to the 51%, a show about women reshaping our world. Coming up, a reminder that no woman is safe. Claudia Sheinbaum, Mexico's first female president, is a victim of a public sexual assault. The attack has triggered a national reckoning. Also, Pakistan is one of the countries hardest hit by period poverty. Sanitary products are taxed while almost 44% of women and girls lack access to the most basic resources needed to manage their periods. And here in France, how a wave of influencers are turning everyday construction projects into inspiration, motivating women to try their own DIY. But first, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum recently made world headlines when she was groped in the street by a man in front of cameras and onlookers. Sheinbaum, who made history in 2024 as Mexico's first ever female president, was seen as many as a symbol of change in a country long shaped by machismo culture. Yet, as the president pressed charges against her attacker, the incident has also ignited a national debate about the violence women still face in the country and the sobering reality that even if the president isn't safe, no woman is. Our team on the ground sent us this report.
The Mexican president likes to mingle with the crowds during her public events. But during one such outing, things took a turn when Claudia Sheinbaum was groped by a man who appeared to be drunk, and the whole incident was caught on camera. The president took action the next day.
I decided to press charges because it happened to me, but it happens to so many women in our country. And I thought to myself, if I don't file a complaint, what message am I sending to all Mexican women?
In Mexico, it's hard to find a woman who doesn't have a story to tell about being harassed, like that young woman who posted online to expose the man who was following her in a crowd. According to the country's National Statistics Agency, 7 out of 10 women aged 15 and older have experienced abuse. Despite changes in the law and the public debate on gender-based violence, Sophia and her colleagues know that it's still safer to go out in a group for lunch.
I was in high school when it first happened to me. I was walking home from school and this man approached me. I turned around and he did the same. That's when I realized something was very strange. I retraced my steps and he followed me until I went back to school to hide.
Like most of her friends, she's one of the silent victims of a crime that's too often dismissed.
I think communication has improved. Cases of harassment and violence are reported more often, but even so, I don't feel there's been much progress.
2 days after the president was groped, Mexico's Secretary for Women presented a presidential plan to confront the issue. It includes ensuring that sexual assault is considered a criminal offense in all of the country's 32 states to match up with federal law, as well as a review of prison sentences. But this opposition congresswoman says that's still not enough.
This proposed legal standardization is important, but the law isn't the problem. The problem is impunity, and this work needs to be done with men, real information campaigns for them.
Sheinbaum specifically asked the media not to rebroadcast the video. Despite this, it spread like wildfire, sometimes even altered by AI. Another case of re-victimization that no one, not even Mexico's first female president, is safe from.
Now to Pakistan, one of the countries hardest hit by period poverty. According to UNICEF, nearly 44% of women and girls lack access to the basic resources they need to manage their periods, either at home, school or at the workplace. Sanitary products are also taxed in the country. In many cases, girls begin their periods without any prior awareness. So strong is the cultural taboo surrounding menstruation. Let's take a look.
Last August, raging waters tore through the Swat Valley in northern Pakistan. Nearly 2,000 homes were destroyed. For the past 3 years, Nilofer, a social worker, has traveled across the country distributing menstrual products. Today she traveled nearly 250 kilometers to talk about menstrual hygiene with the women of this village.
अगर अल्लाह ने बनाया है तो इसमें शर्मिंदगी की क्या बात है? मसला कैसे हल होगा ना? कपड़ा और सैनिटरी पैड में क्या फर्क है?
कपड़ा जो है वो गंदगी है और सैनिटरी पैड जो है ना वो गंदगी नहीं है।
अच्छा, आप क्या इस्तेमाल करती हैं? कपड़ा इस्तेमाल करती हैं। आप कपड़ा क्यों इस्तेमाल करती हैं?
ऐसे ही निश्चय
ये हल है आपके।
This is a solution for you.
सैनिटरी पैड है।
Here is a reusable sanitary pad that you can use,
हो सकते हैं,
wash,
अच्छी
and dry thoroughly before reusing it.
इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं।
According to UNICEF, only 12% of Pakistani women use commercially available sanitary pads. Niloufar is distributing these pads for free.
I knew nothing about periods the first time I got them. I was at school, I ran home, I was scared and I couldn't even talk to my mum about it. I told my older sister and she explained that all women get them every month. When we used cloths, it wasn't hygienic and it caused diseases.
In these kind of crisis situations, it's always the women and children which are most affected. Sanitation facilities are pretty poor. Reusable sanitary pads are affordable, it's hygienic, but it's also environmentally friendly. The waste management systems are next to zero. Imagine using an expensive single-use sanitary pad clogging up an already clogged environment.
Niloufar visits the gynecology ward of the region's main public hospital. She hopes to reach as many people as possible and has come to brief the medical staff on the benefits of reusable period products.
Here are the pads. There are 400 in these bags. I'd be really grateful if you could distribute them to your patients. This problem exists throughout Pakistan, including here in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Swat. Women often use old, dirty pieces of cloth. Reusable sanitary pads should be available in all public hospitals.
Yes, the fabrics women use transmit bacteria, like those responsible for bacterial vaginosis, which is very common here. The real problem is that when their menstrual products aren't absorbent, menstruating women lose confidence, become socially isolated, and miss school during those days.
Financially, the allocation of the money to something which is only specifically female, which means the lowest priority. Make do with something. And that's why dirty rags. I need government to understand something so basic can reduce their health budgets towards a disease which is totally avoidable.
Pakistan taxes sanitary napkins as a luxury item, levying a 40% duty since 2023. In Lahore, Bushra founded an association to fight for menstrual justice. In September, her organization filed a petition in the Lahore High Court to abolish the tax. She's now mobilizing public support, collecting online signatures in public spaces. Her goal is to collect 10,000 signatures before the next month's hearing.
This tax on smartphones, luxury bags, and cars is the same as the one applied to our menstrual hygiene products. The tax can be waived if these products are deemed essential.
A standard pack of sanitary napkins costs €1.30 on average, a significant expense in a country where nearly 40% of the population lives on less than €3.50 a day.
We also see
Some people are very dismissive. They tell us, why are you talking so openly about periods? Aren't you ashamed? It's a difficult topic to discuss in public spaces like this one, but we are actively trying to change attitudes. Period poverty is a national issue, and period justice is first and foremost a matter of gender justice.
While other countries in the region, such as India and Nepal, have scrapped the tax on menstrual products, millions of women in Pakistan still have to choose between food and basic hygiene.
And finally, here in France, an increasing number of women are entering the workforce in the world of construction. They've also become increasingly visible thanks to social media, where a wave of influencers share DIY tips and inspire others to pick up their tools. Olivia Salazar-Winspear has the story.
Smashing the odd wall and chipping away at the glass ceiling, more and more women in France are choosing a trade in the construction sector and sharing their skills on social media. Ilani Rousseau's one of them, an expert painter-decorator and also a minor celebrity on the internet. She posts daily videos of her renovation jobs and in just 3 years has amassed almost 100,000 followers.
They ask me questions about my work, what technique they should use. It's really fulfilling, and sometimes I think, wow, I never thought I'd be in this situation, but so many people would be interested.
Her light-hearted videos have caught people's attention, as well as her unconventional style. Ilani has 15 years of experience, and while she enjoys a friendly relationship with most of her colleagues, she's encountered plenty of misogyny on building sites over the years.
Today, if I show up on a building site with 10 men on it, I can't have a laugh like I do with Valentin here at this moment. Because if I give an inch, they'll take a mile. They'll take advantage because I'm a woman.
Only 13% of construction workers in France are women, but on social media they're much better represented. Kelly Cruz, a master tiler, has 5 million followers. Cindy Kevli has tens of thousands on her channel.
Okay, I see the problem.
This second-generation plumber spends her days unblocking, installing and repairing, as well as making educational videos.
Okay guys, I'm going to show you my technique for doing silicone joints.
Behind the camera, Cindy hopes to be a role model for young women and pass on essential know-how.
I'm showing that you don't need to be a muscly big guy, you just need to be passionate about it, to like what you do.
But as well as convincing her clients she could do the job as well as a man, she also had to win over her parents.
Mentalities are changing, but in the beginning, when she was starting out, we had people calling saying, "We want Mr. Culvet." They didn't want my daughter. And then it was the complete opposite. Initially, her mother and I wanted her to continue her studies like her sister, to work in an office. You always want the best for your kids.
Today, Cindy and her peers are pioneers in the online world of construction and DIY tutorials, surfing a wave of female-friendly content.
Tips for all of us. And that's it for this edition. So until our next show, bye for now.